Hi, everyone. Welcome. I wanted to talk about my blended learning instructional design. I've created a 5-week blended learning professional development course that's designed to help teachers understand the benefits of implementing e-portfolios within the classroom. Now, I've never created a professional development course myself. However, I have slowly began to introduce e-portfolios into my own classroom. And I figured that this is great to share with the rest of my staff of about 100 different teachers. So in doing so, the teachers are going to research the importance of e-portfolios as well as what an e-portfolio should look like from a student standpoint. Now, by doing that, they're also going to look at professional e-portfolios just to get an idea of the different types of e-portfolios that you can create. They're going to talk about and look up various different platforms, what artifacts to include, strategies on how to implement the e-portfolios in their own classroom. And then the course itself is going to be broken down into online lectures, peer collaboration, discussions, self-reflection, independent work. So it's going to be a mix of everything. Now, because it is a 5-week course and it's blended, how it's going to be broken down is that there is going to be 2 different meetings in person, 2 that are going to be online. And then the 3rd week, so the middle week, is going to be, we're not going to have a meeting, but instead they are going to be working independently. So that way, that's when they're going to be creating their own e-portfolios. And I want to give them that time, but yet I will, as the instructor, be open to meeting with people as needed. The course is designed using Fink's 3-column table, which is going to focus on both the learning outcomes and activities, as well as the assessment activities. Now, in addition, I've created a weekly outline and syllabus that's below that provides the objective of the week, the agenda, and the requirements. So I do break it up for the 5 weeks. I've also included the overall course objectives and our overall goal. And then here are a bunch of different questions that go along with the course itself. So it is designed for, again, high school teachers. Now, the English department itself is going to kind of head start this. So although the professional development course itself is for the entire staff, once we begin rolling it out, I want to focus on the English department starting it and then kind of troubleshoot even more so. And then the rest of the staff is going to follow. But the course itself is for everyone. Now, the key documents, again, we have the syllabus that's listed below, which has the objectives and the agendas for each week that align with that 3-column table. Now, the approach that I've chosen, like I've talked about, is that blended learning because this is going to roll out at the beginning of the school year. Beginning of the school year, as you know, extremely hectic, and it's hard to adhere to everyone's schedules. So that's why it's going to be both in person, online, and as well as you have that independent work that adheres to the learner's pace. Now, just like in any type of learning, who controls it? Well, the teachers, or say rather the students, they're controlling their own learning. The more they put into this course, the more they're going to get out of it, just like in anything. The more that they take the time to research different artifacts, how they're going to implement it, what they want their students to get out of it, the more that the students later on are going to get out of it. So it's all up to those teachers. They have complete autonomy of what platform they want to use, what artifacts and requirements that they want to implement into those e-portfolios. This is also going to be an outcome-based education. So they're going to create a goal at the beginning, and then hopefully they achieve it after they create that lesson plan for their students on how they're implementing the e-portfolios within their classrooms. Now, I'm going to scroll down a little bit here because I'm going to address some of those questions right here. We have the big, hairy, audacious goal where the learners are going to collaborate, design, and build their own e-portfolios, and then create an effective plan to incorporate them into the classroom. So here you have the learners are going to demonstrate awareness. This is the whole thing. They're going to start researching different e-portfolios, looking up the benefits, reflect on it. The application, this is where they're going to start receiving feedback from their colleagues. They're going to continue to research various options of different platforms to use, review examples, discuss them. What are the pros and cons? And then the integration, this is where they're going to start creating a lesson that will allow students the freedom to create their own e-portfolios to gain those benefits of creating their own e-portfolios. They are going to once again collaborate and receive feedback from their peers. And then the human dimension and caring part of it is going to be there for I will be there for them. They're going to be there for their colleagues and their students, right? They're going to gain those advocacy and problem solving and critical thinking skills. They'll have those self-reflections in their blog posts, troubleshoot any problems, learn how to incorporate COVA. And then here they'll have this resource guide that I will provide that they will then create on their own for their students to help them on their journey. Now here you have this course outline, the course title being, I should say this is also the syllabus, the creating and implementing e-portfolios in the classroom. I've already discussed this course description, the overall objectives, right? Understanding the benefits of e-portfolios, analyze what artifacts should be used, locate resources, take ownership of your learning, reflecting on COVA, and then ultimately creating a lesson plan that's going to help their students, grow and show that their agency and skill set. Now, here are the 5 weeks broken up. You have the supplemental readings, right? So after this whole getting started the first time, the first week is meeting in person, where they're going to talk about the supplementing text of the following articles. They're going to read them, they're going to analyze them and reflect. Week 2, you have online. This is where they're going to discuss the different platforms used, look at examples, look at the different layouts and sections that they can incorporate in their e-portfolios, and begin brainstorming for their own e-portfolio. Week 3 this is the independent time, where they're going to create and develop their own e-portfolio, and I will be there for them if they choose or need me, so they can schedule a meeting and I'm happy to meet with them. They're going to start troubleshooting and reflect on the artifacts. Week 4, once again, we are meeting in person to talk about and reflect of building their own e-portfolios and talk about how they're going to implement e-portfolios in their classroom. And then finally, ultimately, week 5, this is where they're going to create this lesson plan with the help of their colleagues, that they're going to self-reflect and discuss how they're going to finally implement them.